Big business is what we're all about here. Remember, conglomerate loves you. Oh, it'd be more fun if there were pictures. I don't have any pictures. Oh no, now my chill wave is gone. Now I actually have to say stuff. I don't know. Okay, let's do some more business presenting right now without slides. We could do that, right? Who wants to sell us an imaginary product? Who wants to do this slide? This hitami. Sometimes you need a hitami with a blue rectangle on it. And you always want to pick out only the best hitami. You definitely don't want any signal input. That's something you want zero amount of. No signal input is an important part of any hitami. And, sometimes stuff falls down. And that's okay. And you just pick yourself up and you keep on going to Business Town. This is very difficult. Where is Fur?
Fur is focusing on the bag. Should I go pull Fur in, physically?
Maybe? I don't know. I can't do this forever.
So we're talking about the display driver issues with the latest update of Windows 10, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you have a question about that?
It's having a deep impact on our productivity. I think Microsoft's Imagine team needs to really get on that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's something that all of us here at Official Business Co. are feeling as well. So, definitely express those concerns to your direct supervisor. Oh, I wish I had slides. So very much. I'm trying to think if there's anyone I could message that would bring me a computer with an HDMI jack on it.
I almost brought one.
And everything I own has USB-C ports, which, while wildly convenient and has revolutionized my life in terms of standardizing everything, makes it very difficult to project video out to any other part of the world.
When your projector's from 2000.
It is. But you know what? We're a non-profit working for a good cause. We don't have the nicest projectors. We have these projectors.
At least they're not
Which,
VGA.
again, what?
At least they're not VGA.
They're not VGA. We finally kicked the bucket on that. I haven't been to a conference in a year that has tried to hook me up with VGA, so I'm feeling really good about that. It might finally be dead.
As someone who works in IT for a higher education, it's not.
Oh, I mean, schools are always gonna...
With our $30,000 laser projectors.
Yep. Poor schools.
Also a display board.
Oof. PowerPoint? Do you guys want to... I shouldn't be pulling people in. There's nothing to see. That's a terrible idea, isn't it? Oh my gosh. I'm just up here bombing.
Should we calibrate the projector?
Should we
I think it auto-calibrated.
swap out and have someone else go bother Fur?
Sure. Anyone else want to bother Fur? Do all 15 of you want to do it at once? You could. Yeah. Or alternately, if anyone has anything with HDMI out, I have a Google slide deck you guys would love to see.
If I had a USB-C adapter, my phone could do it.
Same here, but alas I don't. Unless you have a USB-C adapter, or just a whole ass computer, that would be so sick. Woo! Woo! Excellent. Everyone give a hand to our Savior. It's such a small room. Look at that cute coyote. Now we have something to look at.
It's officially furry.
100%.
What happened to that car?
Do you have a telegram? Can I telegram to you this link? Okay. It's so quiet, right? It's amazing. It's almost like there's zero content available at this time.
I can make you some content.
This is the quality.
I would love
I
some
have
content.
a bowl and I can try dancing.
At this point, we're not too far off.
Don't think these ceilings would
I think you're supposed to attach the pole first before you attach yourself to the pole.
I mean,
What are you talking about?
normally.
We're playing expert mode here.
Yeah, exactly. Come on here.
Cassie.
So much fun like this. Collect all the.
I've never seen it written. Okay. I will paste onto you a link. Alright, yeah, we have a very fancy clicker, but that's also with fur. So that's
Should I go
free.
steal the clicker?
Yeah, get the
I'm going
clicker!
to steal the clicker.
And,
Get the dongle that.
And steal fur.
yeah, be mean to him also, somehow.
I wish a nice.
Insult his hat!
Issue-free.
Fur always has a
Underneath the
hat. What?
Insult what's underneath the hat.
No, that's too mean.
Well, it's his brain.
Aw, it's funny. His smarts. Alright, we're connecting to Wi-Fi now. This is the most legitimate business we've ever done here at PowerPoint Karaoke. This is exactly like a real slide deck at a real business.
It is.
This is exactly how it goes.
It really is.
Sorry, who joined?
Yeah.
All we need is a conference call and we'll be ready. It's just up for on, yeah? It's okay. Hey, no one can hear me over the cacophonous noise of my crowd here. This huge crowd I'm drawing, who apparently has never heard of Dragon Show or DST3K. Look, it's PowerPoint Karaoke! Woo! Let's get pumped! I guess that's as pumped as we can get. Anyhow, let's get started without fur. We don't need him. We have us. So, this is the way that PowerPoint Karaoke works. You have 10 slides, including the title card, or 12 minutes, whichever one comes first, and you have one very shrewd board of investors, which is everyone out here. And your job is to convince us that your slideshow is good. Do you know the contents of that slideshow? Absolutely not! And that's where the fun comes in. So, with that in mind, who wants to sabotage themselves first? You do! Come on down! Woo! Good man! Alright, so Fur still has the clicker, and I think my microphone's still cut off. So speak really loudly, and I guess say slide, and I'll press right arrow on this thing. Sound good?
Sure.
Good? What's your name?
I'm Aaron.
Aaron. Alright, everyone give another hand to Aaron. Who's going to present for us? Wait, is it already presenting?
Yes.
Okay. Well, where's the controls?
You need to click on that to make that the
Clicker
active
here.
window.
Oh my god, thank you. Do I need the battery?
Probably.
Is that an extra?
I could not steal fur. I tried.
Okay, it's not actually.
Yeah.
We don't have the mic.
Apparently,
Does the mic not function?
that's my current inclination.
12 minutes per.
The mic is dead, which would be why it's not functioning.
That's one reason they tend to do that.
There was a second mic.
Oh, prevented this from opening a pop-up window. There's your problem. Oh my gosh. Thanks for sticking it out, guys. You're a really great crowd.
No, you're a great crowd.
Aw, I'm going to take that as a compliment. Okay, I believe in us. One more try, and we're going to have this. No doubts in my mind. So no microphones of any kind?
Neither of them are currently sounding.
Bummer. Okay, well you are going to be so excited for your new presentation.
The speaker's not on, that can do
The
it.
speakers are on. I don't know
Okay.
where I don't know where the mixer is. I don't know on stage.
Beep, beep. It's doing a beep, but it don't care. Alright, I'm going to click buttons for you. Alright, so you ready? You're giving a presentation on hacking.
Oh, that would work.
Alright, ready? Tell us a little bit about what your presentation is going to be about. This is Hacking
it's
by
all-
Aaron.
Duh.
Go!
2 microphones, we can have the stereo sound quality.
That's a great hack right there.
Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about hacking. Oh, we got 4 now? Can I?
This is a really bad idea. I love it.
Hello.
Okay, here. This is suddenly working for some reason. This advances your slides. That's such a bad idea. Give me 2 of those.
Which one?
Give me 2, because I need one for first.
Set. Which one is
The bottom one.
the bottom?
That'll advance your slide. All right, now it's a real panel with sound and everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, in living color and in stereo sound,
You only get sound or visuals.
One at a time.
I'll be talking today about hacking. As a user experience and former nursing student, I know very little. So, as I was talking about as a user experience student, and this is a creation from our latest UX lab. This is our customer profile. So generally you're asked to design a customer profile around what you think your user is going to be. And this gentleman appears to like code. His name is Michael. He's 22, and he's from Greenfield, Wisconsin.
Yeah!
He's employed as a IT analyst at a mid-sized company. And he lost access to his account. That's why he's angry. So as I was talking about that user persona, these are all parts of Michael's normal kind of apparel and dress. He really likes the swoop neck, or the reverse swoop neck, as the case may be. He's sponsored by Fortnite, so he's kind of getting into the Twitch streaming, but just a little bit. And Microsoft keeps trying to get him to go to their solution, and he keeps arguing, so it's kind of a weird situation for him to be in. So this is our other persona, which is the hacker, the person that made Michael lose access to the account. So our entire security suite program that we are announcing today will be designed to completely stop all hacks and DDoS attacks when installed on an end user services computer. So these are some of the basic commands that a user can use when they think their account is being hacked. Those include the cat dev command, which is my absolute favorite command. That one, as it turns out, just absolutely kills everything. So you just enter that in, and it's like opening up a notepad and writing start a bunch of times and running it. You just brick the Windows 10. Because that's what we're all about here at McAfee Security Solutions.
Would you say it's your favorite because of the cats?
Yes. Yes. Although I asked you to keep all questions to the end. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Sorry.
So this is a pictogram regarding a solution for a real-life case study that we did with McAfee's new security suite, which was at Aurora St. Luke's Hospital in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. A very odd, what's known as man-in-the-middle attack occurred and bricked all of their Epic systems, meaning all patient records were being held hostage in what's known as a ransomware attack. Instead of paying the several thousand Bitcoin that was requested, McAfee Security Solutions allowed a complete unlock of all patient records, which were unfortunately later deleted in an accident, but we don't talk about that. This is security cam footage of our hacker persona. This is actually taken live from the Aurora Hospital incident. This was released by Milwaukee PD just a couple weeks ago. So we caught him red-handed, as you can see, and McAfee is pressing charges. So the dark web. We are also rolling out brand new security search software. So it's going to take all your information and search it on the dark web to see if it pops up. And then we'll tell you if it does. So, just like Discover and everybody else does, but we're going to call it McAfee. So we've decided to kind of move our company into a new sector. So I'm sure you all have seen those horrible, yummy videos on Facebook where they do audacious things and call them life hacks. That's what we're doing now. Except we call them tech life hacks. So this was the graphic that we used for getting a better password, and actually the recommendation was to use common phrases like Colgate, as it's much more secure than a standard password. So in 2012, we were asked as a company to do a complete assessment of the number one targets for hacking in the United States. Our security analysts came up with three major targets, which include the National Security Administration, who's a current McAfee customer, your local Gibson, who has declined protection multiple times, and student loans. So we are imploring fellow hackers to access the United States government's student loans and wipe them clean. Now, if you remember a couple slides ago, we talked about those commands. As it turns out, when they're inputted backwards, they have the opposite effect. So, now I legally can't tell you to use this program to hack the government. So I'm just doing you a public service by telling you that I legally can't say that to you. I legally can't tell you to do this. Thank you.
Excellent work, my friend. Everyone give it up for Aaron one more time. How many of you would invest in his presentation? Show of hands. Excellent. I think you've got your student loan hackers right here, my friend. Excellent work. I'm now holding 3 microphones. That's a new phase in my life. So, for those of you just joining us, this is PowerPoint Karaoke. You're doing 10 slides that you've never seen before in 12 minutes or less, and you are presenting to this very shrewd board of investors, 2 of whom are actual dogs. So, it's a tough crowd. Does anyone feel up to the challenge of selling our next deck? Ooh, let's see. You've been here for a minute. You've been waiting. Come on up. Give him a round of applause. I'd clap, but I'm full of microphones. What's your name, friend?
Hi, I'm a fox named Coyote.
Hello, Fox named Coyote. This is Fox named Coyote. Here's your microphone. And here's another microphone for me, apparently. Okay, so this is your clicker. Here is the button that advances your slide. Whenever you're ready, click down, and you'll find out exactly what you're giving a presentation about. Give it up for a fox named Coyote. And go!
Yes, welcome to Business Corp's very, very private presentation. Today, you have been gathered here today in order to see a very confidential slide. So I had better not see any hacking this out there.
Ignore the last presentation.
So, today we will be learning how to be a DJ. This is extremely important for Business Corp, for DJs are, in fact, the #1 profits-generating employees that we currently have. It is a absolutely lucrative field to get into, something that you should absolutely be doing and devoting your entire life into, and also spending lots of money to get a DJing education. I'd highly recommend it. As you can see, this is an example of a DJ. You can recognize a DJ from a non-DJ, from the adorable eyes and the fact that you just absolutely want to cuddle this DJ to death. Non-DJs are not quite as cuddleable, and nor do their eyes sparkle nearly as brightly and as innocently as a DJ. A DJ can also be recognized by what you can see. The DJ is in front of them. That is known as a turntable. And this is known as a turntable because the table itself turns to the music. The DJ does nothing to this. So how do you DJ, you might ask? So DJing is made up of 3 things.
And there they are.
So, as you heard from our wonderful example of DJing there, the DJing was made up of 3 separate components. There are, first, the wubs. It is extremely important to have the wubs, because without the wubs, how else will you get down ends dirty? Very corporate terms. Also very important is the snare. The snare is extremely important to capture any would-be DJs. You set them up and bait them. You bait them with Skrillex CDs, and anyone who you catch in there is not a DJ. The third component is to find those would-be DJs and kick them out. As you can see here, this is an example of a would-be DJ. You can identify a would-be DJ by the lack of cuddleable fur. You can notice that his eyes are obscured as he is looking down. They are not quite as bright and vibrant as that DJ that we saw earlier. Nor do you see a turntable in front of this DJ. In fact, this would-be DJ is using strange knobs that are those. I can't see them from here, so I think you get a pass this time. You can also tell because this would-be DJ looks like Skrillex. Now, one thing you can learn from this would-be DJ is the proper technique to DJing. In order to DJ, you first must picture a bee. Picture this very serene bee buzzing next to you, and imagine that it wants to kill you. In doing so, you will learn the proper DJing technique, which is also, you must make sure to move your entire body while not moving your feet. It is extremely important that you do not move your feet. I will demonstrate.
You moved your foot.
As you can see, I have not been trained in DJing. This is an equalizer. These are extremely, extremely dangerous. We, at Business Corp, do not condone the use of equalizers, for we do not believe in equal pay or equality.
Oh, gosh.
So, the last and most important thing is always be cranking it. So you will notice this is a knob. A knob is something that you will occasionally find on your turntable or in your audience. What you would want to do for knobs on your turntable, they control the volume or sometimes other things, but you want to turn them up to 10. This is known as diming. What you want to do is dime every single knob. This is the only way to DJ. And always remember, the chorus of a song is very important. The reverb is also very important. You want your words and your music to reverberate in the room. Yes, reverberate. You also want to echo. 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 Now, you know that you have done your reverberation echo choruses correctly if you hear a large woo-hoo!
That was not a proper move.
Here we have a demonstration of our of a person on stage demonstrating what you should do to knobs in your audience. So while knobs on your board you should turn to 10, knobs in your audience you should. I believe the video speaks for itself. A live demo. I will be freestyle. I will not be freestyle rapping. I will be accompanying a member from our audience freestyle rapping. So do we have a volunteer?
Sure.
We have a volunteer.
Go for it.
So this isn't really freestyle. This is just the only rap I know, which is Linkin Park, so my apologies.
Tempo?
I don't know. I'll just kind of do it.
Okay.
One thing, I don't know why, it doesn't even matter how hard you try, keep that in mind and design the rhyme to explain in due time. And that's all I remember, but that was a demo.
The bee left the room. So, thank you for attending Business Corp's performance on our Business Corp's presentation on DJing. I hope many more of you will learn the benefits of DJing and why it is the most lucrative job in the entire market. Oh God, I have so many turntables, please buy them.
That was amazing. Thank you so much. Another round for a fox named Coyote and our freestyle rapping guest, Aaron. Thanks. Yeah, that's the round. That's where you clap. Here's Fur. Here's our friend Fur. What's going on?
I'm not your friend.
Apparently not. It sounds like you're the presenter of this next deck.
Am I the presenter of this next deck?
I think you might be.
Oh boy, what is this?
This is PowerPoint Karaoke.
Oh, thankfully you have a PowerPoint.
I do. I have 10 slides and 12 minutes and one very shrewd board of investors to a winter dog.
Fantastic. Hello, board of investors.
Yeah.
Are you a bunch of investors or are you bored?
We're dogs.
Yay! Hello, friends. My name is Alan Gore. I wish to thank you all for coming out to my presentation today. It is very, very important that you all are here, and I really, truly do appreciate the fact that every single one of you have come out for my presentation named, oh, this is a laser pointer, not next. The end.
The bottom one.
The bottom one?
No, you're not getting out of this.
The bottom one. Oh, man. That sounds like a Fox and Pepper album. Australia's most dangerous predators. As you can understand, Australia is filled with an insane amount of wild and crazy flora and fauna. From the kangaroo, which has been known for decades of Looney Tunes to beat up a man on a moment's notice, to the koala bear, which looks so incredibly wonderful and peaceful, but cheats on their taxes every single year, to man, the most dangerous predator in the world, as seen by every 40 sci-fi cliche. This, my friend, is Bob. Bob is an asshole. Do not listen to Bob. Let me tell you about Bob.
I was not ready for that about it.
My wife said, oh, Bob's just a friend. Don't worry. And now, let me tell you who's in Turks and Caicos now. Bob and Cindy.
I get a feeling this isn't about the animal anymore.
No! You don't look at me like that, Bob!
This is a safe.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like I said, you have to watch out for the flora because... Wait, is flora? Flora's the plants. Fauna's the animals. You've got to watch out for the fauna of Australia because... Truly, you don't know exactly what's going to come next or where you go because you might think, oh, I'm in Sydney, there's a couple of cute little kangaroos or other cliche Australian animals, and then all of a sudden you see this! Steve! The problem with Steve is that Steve doesn't know how to say no. You could go to Steve and say, hey, Steve, I need some help moving next week. And he'll say, sure, I'll help you out. I'll help you move. And he completely forgets that he's going to be across town anyway, helping out another friend. And then you ask where he is. He's going to be like, I'm so sorry. I moved out of the way, and I forgot about you. Don't worry, I'll make it up to you. Not like that's going to help me with the U-Haul fees, Steve. But you know what? That's nothing. This guy... pretty okay. This one, however... oh my god. This is Bob's brother, Danielle. Danielle killed a man because he was on a bicycle in the pedestrian lane. Now, I understand every single one of you can agree with me that a bicycle on a sidewalk is the worst thing ever. If you have a bicycle, you are on the road. Do not go on the street. Pedestrians go on the sidewalk. You are not a pedestrian. You are in a large vehicle moving fast. You go on the goddamn street. Thank you. Oh my God. What did I do to you? What did I do to you? That was my house! Excuse me, I have a telegram. Don't worry about it. Who's daddy tilde soon emoji?
Don't worry about it.
I'm not going to worry about that because you know who you need to worry about? This guy right here. You know what this guy does? That's what he wants you to think. He's adorable. He's cute. He's holding on to a finger. Little do you know that finger is supposed to have a pulse oximeter because this person's about to go into surgery. And he just rips it off and holds it. He's like, I can do the job. It's okay. I'm fine at this. I'm a good helper. Yeah, his blood oxygen is good. What's cardiac arrest mean? So, you'll notice this slide. Number of people killed by venomous spiders. So for those of you who don't know, poisonous means that if you eat it, you die. Venomous means that if it eats you, you die. I mean, most of the time.
What happens if...
Okay, let me tell you a fun story. This was when I was really young and in the fandom, and I didn't know that vor was a thing. I went to a dealer's den, and this is my first con ever. This is like MFF 07. I have no idea what I'm doing. And I didn't realize that you pass out a sketchbook and you have people draw on it. And I went up to this person, and this person had a lot of really smiley pictures in it, people in it. I was like, this looks cool, lots of teeth, really fun. And I go and I'm like, hi, I'd like to get art of your character and my character hanging out. And then it turns out I was hanging out inside of their belly. And then that's called a scientific awakening. And that's why I'm a furry later in my life. Letters of winning words in Scripps National Spelling Bee. I don't even know what that is, and that's scary. What does Scripps have to do with National Spelling Bee? Are they a sponsor? They're not doing a good job because I don't even know what the hell a Scripps is. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I know what Macy's is. Good job, Macy's. You figured out the right thing to sponsor. Scripps? What the hell is a Scripps? Does anyone know? No, we don't. You know what a Scripps is? I had to look it up. You know what a Scripps is? A Scripps is a deadly Australian animal. I'm bringing it back on theme, motherfuckers! But the most dangerous creature of all. I can't even... Daddy, why are you looking at... Oh my...
I said don't worry about it.
How do they even get that much liquid in there?
I'll tell you when you're older.
I don't want to be older! But this is definitely the most dangerous creature of all. You know why he's the most dangerous creature of all? He's that one friend of yours that anytime he touches anything electronics of yours, it dies. Someone tried to take a picture of him and the camera exploded. Everyone has one of those friends. Every single one of you has one of those friends. Thank you, everyone.
Don't. Thank you, Fur.
You're welcome.
Excellent. We got another round of applause for Fur, everybody. And that was Australia's most dangerous predators. Any of you guys going to invest in that slide deck? I guess it's weird to try and put money towards being more dangerous, but it...
3 seconds.
What?
You're about to have cat fursuiters all over you in 3 seconds.
Where?
In your belly.
Oh!
Hey, really quick, has anyone ever played the game Get Down, Mr. President?
No. Anyhow, how about that PowerPoint karaoke? Let's see who who wants to do our next slide deck? Is it? I saw your hand first. Let's go. Come on up. They got.
Oh wait, hold on. I'll Vanna White it.
There you go. Da 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 da. I don't know all the musics to everything
That's not even Price is Right.
I know. I'm making it up as I go. It's called improv.
That's like crappy royalty-free game show Wave.7.
And when we don't get sued, you're gonna thank me later. All right.
You say it's crappy, and yet you know it off the top of your head.
Sorry, what's your name?
Yamada.
Hi, Yamada. So Yamada is our next presenter for our shrewd board of investors. Whenever you're ready, press the bottom button right here on your clicker and find out what exactly you'll be pitching to us today.
So first of all, thank you all for coming. I'm happy to see you all here. Now, I'm very proud to present to you the stocks market and you. Now, this is obviously very important for any investing possibility. For any investment possibilities that you may have. Now, first off, you want to know about the market. Now, as you can see, the market is a little dead at the moment. We have not really been able to make any really good sales recently. That's why I'm here. We need you guys to invest in the market so that we actually have something and not just people that were evading taxes. Now, as you can see, we also need you guys to invest so we have more stocks in the market. Because as it is, we've only got the one. The ones you saw in the previous slide were from last year. So, business was good, but then our wood supplier kind of ran out on us. And yeah, it turns out stocks are really good in some areas rather than others. But we try not to talk about it. And of course, this is the most important thing you want to know about, is how to handle your first sale. Now, your first sale is going to be what really drives people in. Because that first sale lets them know you are in business. So, that is obviously how you want to advertise that you made your first sale. You want to make a nice picture of yourself with your brand new stock. And as you can see, as soon as you've made your first sale, see, right here is your first sale, and then you increase your advertisement with that brand new stock photo you made. Yeah? Yeah. And then you'll eventually keep going up. You'll hit your peak right about here. Everybody loves it. Everybody loves when you hit the peak. And then it kind of dwindles afterward. You know, we're just going to skip that part. No one wants to know about that.
Could you define those for us, like right now?
Yeah.
I really need to know.
I don't know what we stand for.
I don't know. You know, this is obviously the acronym for the National Assessment of Stocks Daily Acquisitions Queue. So, we use that, as you can tell, on a daily basis to see how the stocks are selling, how many stocks we're getting in, and this, that, and the other. This is our sales and participation. Because we have to make sure that not only are they buying our stocks, but they're actually using them. That is why we need the photographic evidence to show that they're actually still useful and worthwhile. And here we have the HCMC, the Home Care Mechanical Creativity. You gotta make sure they're still well kept while you're in your home, and if you ever want to make adjustments, you call our mechanics for that last part to try and make sure that everything still fits and works properly. And if you're wondering what I mean by mechanical creativity, there have been people who have taken their stocks to the next level by adding a lower level to it to make sure they have the heads and the legs. And as you can see, this is obviously what you need at all times. You need to make sure that you sell when everything is low, so you can make sure the price goes higher, so you can buy it back. That is how you make a profit. You sell it when it's low to make it seem like it's worth more, then you buy it back. And here you can see is an example of what you don't want to do with your stock. That is very clearly a barrel. That is not one of our certified stocks. This man is a fraud. You should clearly not buy anything from him. Now that the competitors out of the way. Here you can see our vast statistical analysis center.
On Twitch.
With all of our readouts on sales and how it's being used. We take very, very close attention to how everything is being used. We need to make sure everything sells. We need to make sure everything is used. We need to make sure that everything has a purpose. Why we have the room. That is it. And there you go. I hope you enjoy it.
Excellent.
And I hope that you'll actually buy some of these stocks from our market.
Fantastic work. I am now caught in.
What if I want to buy a barrel?
Do I look like I sell barrels? No, I'm here to sell you stocks.
Get the
Don't
hell
buy
out
a
of here,
barrel.
you heathen! Fantastic work. Thank you, Kurt. Oh man. Hi, I'm Kadaze now because he's talked too much and he's not allowed to say words anymore.
Aww.
That's not a word, so we're okay. So who would like to come up and present our next presentation? Okay, I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to look for someone who's trying to avoid eye contact, maybe thinking this was something else. Maybe this was like normal. Would you like to come up, sir?
Sure, why the hell not?
Fantastic. Here's your microphone. Here's your clicker. That goes down. Don't click that one, and that's a laser. Don't hit me in the eyeball or the gut. I'm very self-aware.
All right, kids, let's just skip to step 3, the mysterious question mark profit. That's what everybody wants to know. You think this is funny? This is what happens when you don't figure out step 3. Whoops. I'm new at this.
It's only half of what I've handed you.
Shh. I'm teaching. This is empty. This is what happens when you don't figure out step 3. This is a ceremony show that doesn't celebrate anything. You don't want to be like that. See what I mean? It gets more and more depressing. You just sink into nothing.
Thanks, guy.
But if you're really good, if you're smart, you can spiral back out of it. These are the stats you're going to need to get out. And it's going to be glorious. Because that's the only way to get out, is to be glorious. Numbers only. What did I say? Step 3. That's all you got to remember. The number 3. You don't need pictures. You're adults. You need numbers, big words. If you need a picture book, you're not here for step 3. Get out.
So did I.
It was awesome. It was awesome and it was glorious. That's the attitude. That's the only way to get to step 3. In fact, that is step 3. Is your awesome and glorious PowerPoint presentation. It is so awesome. Confirmed. That's step 3. Your parade count. That's the stat we were talking about earlier. How many fursuit parades? The more you have, that is step 3. What does it mean? Hell if I know. It's question mark. You only need one. One gets you to 3. You don't need number 2. People are smart. Percentage of times the mouse is won, the fursuit parade. This is why you only need 1. Because it wins all the time. You put 1 mouse in the parade, and you'll be a winner 100% of the time. Don't put in 6. That doesn't make 100%. I don't know why you put in 6. You can't get more than 100%. That's what happens when you try to put in 6. Gobbledygook. It's corrupted now. I don't even know what step 3 is anymore. Somebody ruined my PowerPoint. This is what happens when you don't get to step 3. People start invading your profits, your parades. They run off with your mice. That's what the ops is. Echo's trying to steal that 1 mouse and put 6 in instead of it. But he delegates because he's lazy. Don't ask him to do his job. I told you he's lazy. He just delegates. You don't ask him. He doesn't know why. I don't know what a stanchion is, or who John is, or why he borrowed 17 of them. My guess is he thought step 3 was 17 of whatever that is to get 6 mice. This is what you don't do. This is the part about how not to not get to step 3. This is how you get your 1 mouse. And then you put that mouse in the middle and you run your fursuit parade around it. A visual demonstration. I told you guys you didn't need pictures, but you clearly weren't getting it anyway. This is a successful mouse. Mouse trapping. That mouse is struggling, being a pain in the ass for your parade. Look how depressed they are. You got to keep John around to keep that mouse in control. That is not John. This asshole is the one that's going to put 6 mice in your parade. This might be Echo. He delegates.
I feel like that is Echo.
100% Echo.
And that's step 3.
Oh my god, that was amazing work. That was amazing. You want to go? You want to go? You want to go together? We can go at the same time. Hey,
Oh wait, we need these. I'll take these things. Okay, here we go.
No.
Wait.
Left. You always start with your left when you march.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Alright.
Left.
Right.
Left.
Right.
Left. Right. Left.
Oh god.
Floor.
There's a floor there.
There certainly is.
Oh man.
There's a bit of a step.
There's a bit.
Bit of a step.
Just a bit.
Oh man. That felt amazing.
Feel rejuvenated, woken up.
Who are you?
I'm Katase. Hello.
Hi, Kataze.
That's me. I'm the skunk.
You're the skunk. You're the only skunk here.
Only skunk. There's
The only
definitely no other skunks.
No.
Right here. Right now.
I'm a Pop-Tart.
That's a great persona, actually.
Is it actually? Oh my gosh.
Honestly, I'm changing to be a wild berry Pop-Tart immediately.
Dude, have you...
Oh no, it's the best flavor.
Have you seen the new pretzel Pop-Tarts?
No, what?
They're amazing. They're Pop-Tarts moving into lunch.
Pop-Tarts for all dang day.
Yeah.
All dang times of day.
Okay, completely honestly, when I was a little kid, we ran out of bread one day, so my mom made me a sandwich with Pop-Tarts as the bread. And then I liked it so much, we had to do that for like every day for like 3 weeks in a row. And now I'm fat.
Thanks, Mom.
How did you survive?
Have you seen how I am?
It does explain some things, Fur.
Anyhow, let's get back to business.
Business!
Business?
Business!
Any of you guys want to come do a business, Narkeel? It looks like Narkeel's coming down. Everyone give a big hand for our next presenter for the Board of Investors here at PowerPoint Karaoke, giving a deck he's never seen before. It's Narkeel. Here's a clicker.
Wait, that's how you say your name?
Narkeel.
That's how he says it.
10 years!
Yeah, I mean, I figured you'd get it eventually.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, best of luck to you. Do a good business. Okay, goodbye.
All right, I'd like to thank you all for coming out. I just flew in. I don't know very much about this business conference we're at, but I know it's late on a Thursday night, and I really appreciate you all coming out so late to talk about a subject that's very important to me. I know it's very important to all of you, and maybe important to our continued existence as a species. And that subject is how to be an audiophile. Now, we've all been here, right? Where we put on the headphones and someone has just filled them with peanut butter. It's the scourge plaguing our entire planet. And I'm going to tell you how to fix this problem in 8 remaining slides. You see, the peanut butter results from oh, I have a laser, from all of this shenanigans down here. This stuff is fine, that's just jelly, we can deal with that. And this represents the popularity of Mormonism over time. I'm not really sure why it's on there. But as you can see, we're currently at peak jelly, and the peanut butter is sneaking back in, so we need to put a stop to that right away. Back in the old days, it wasn't a problem because we had a nice smooth jelly to peanut butter in the ear curve and it kind of balanced out. But with the advent of modern technology, all of our peanut butter is like chunky now, and it really hurts when it's crammed into your ears. So the way we're going to address that is by replacing our headphones with the old school analog speakers here. So my business proposal is we're going to get 2 of these with like a kind of strap thing, and that'll be the AirPods of the future. Like AirPods, there won't be any cables. We don't do those. They're the work of Satan, and he's on vacation right now, so totally way out. The important thing about our new product is that it's going to be directionally controlled. I don't really know what that means, but I'm going to keep talking. It's designed with the long grain copper. You know, pre-GMO, the peanuts were kind of like short. They didn't grow very tall. So thanks to genetic engineering, we can't get rid of the peanut butter in the earphones, but we've at least gotten it longer, which I'm told is better. And then finally, no oxygen. You will be completely unconscious for this entire experience. You can see this diagram of the special peanut butter eating worm we've developed. It's solid, perfect surface, really. You see, the spirals are designed after industrial drilling machines for tunnels like the Tunnel and Elon Musk's Hyperloop. He's very involved with the project, by the way. You might want to get in on the investment for him. And they bore the peanut butter out of your skull. Still in user testing, but our surviving QA people tell us it's great. So this slide discusses the high-frequency, high-energy force zipping along the conductor surface. That's peanut butter. We put it in tubes. I don't know why. That's just a thing the lab guys did. Again, I'm told it's great. And the surviving QA guys loved it. But the core of our system is the quantum purifiers. They purge the peanut butter of all warp taint on a quantum level, and thereby only the acceptably tainted peanut butter makes it into your oral cavity. They are made using rare earth metals. I'm told there's only just one metal, one instance of the metal on Earth. So we do have a scalability problem, but we're working on it. And it really optimizes the listening experience because while everyone is fighting over who gets the one product we have, they can't play other random YouTube shit and mess up your listening party. Now, this over here is Andre. He's our CEO. And he quit Spotify to come work for us. He's also a total hipster. Thank you.
I don't know if I learned very much about audio, but I do feel a lot hungrier now. Does anyone have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich by chance?
I want a peanut butter and jelly Pop-Tart.
I love you so much right now.
Aw, I love me too. Did you know there's stairs here?
No, I
didn't have to trip.
I've been falling on this myself.
No.
Yes, you're supposed to be using that.
Oh,
It's great.
Well, I had no idea they existed. Now I do.
Now we do.
Now everyone does. So our next investor can use the stairs. Or our next presenter to the investor. From the investors, you'll become a presenter. It's not very important. The important thing is you come up here and do a PowerPoint.
We don't work a lot on the lore of this film.
Yeah.
we just kind of less Jedi'd it.
Oh, making me sad.
2-year-old topical reference.
Yeah. All right, so anyone eager to give a business presentation on a deck they've never seen before? Did you just select someone?
I mean, I don't know.
No,
who here hasn't put their hands up? I love going by the anti-rule.
You're so mean.
I know I'm mean.
I'm the good skunk. He's the evil skunk.
Who wants to get picked by the good skunk? Who wants to get picked by the evil skunk?
I wanted to get...
It's a even split. What the hell?
As a speaker anymore, always having to be found.
Get up here.
Come on down. Wait, use the stairs.
Get off the stage.
Go all the way around.
Go around.
Use the secret stairs in the unlit corridor that are supposedly safer.
Yay! God, we're dumb.
Swag. Sounds good. Let's do this thing.
So whenever you're ready, go ahead and advance your slide. Find out exactly what you're giving us a presentation about, and make sure to sell it, champ. All right, goodbye.
So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And so basically we're going to be doing this. You all are going to be giving a lot of value. I value your money. You are our investors, and so this is very important. So let's begin with today's topic. How to come to terms with your permanent TF.
What?
It's relevant. So yeah, this is ultimately not just for investors, but just emotional support. So first things, you have to work. You have to work very hard. That's why it's in all caps. You have to work like this cat, and you have to get used to it. It's not just... As you can see, we have this cat here who is very well adjusted to their TF. They were learning to make use of their keyboard and mouse with those fancy claws there. You see, claws are actually very effective at working with a keyboard because you don't have to really strain that hard. You can reach the keys. As you can see, it fits just fine. Now this person has adjusted has been having a bit more struggles with their adjusting to their TF. As you can see, they're very discouraged by their meat packaging process. You have to be very careful with your hobbies too, because it's basically just going to be a huge change for everything. You are going to have to rethink your entire life at this point. See? But some people learn to adapt. As you can see, the solution here is hind legs and using tripods. See, you don't even have to raise the tripod up the whole way in order for you to be able to take a picture. That's what's nice about tripods. They're small, they're compact. You can put them in a backpack. It's great. But the trouble here is the camera's about the size of your torso, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge to carry that thing around. So, biggest thing, have friends. Friends are important. Now, the other thing you need to remember here is this is why friends are important, because you can't really play in a band by yourself. You just, even when you're a bird, you need to have someone else there to play the drums. Otherwise, like, how are you going to make that work? You're just going to be like, I'm going to play guitar and then I'm going to go back over to the drums. It's like, come on. You're a bird. You're supposed, birds of a feather flock together. Come on, guys. We need to work together here. Other? We'll find out. Okay. So, as you can see by the quality of this photograph, this person is not adjusting well to their TF. They are they're disgruntled, they're graying, they are struggling to iron the socks that apparently don't fit them anymore. And yes, this is a struggle. However, this person is much more well-adjusted. They found things that are perfectly their size. They've even been able to get corrective lenses. That's always important whenever your vision is worsened by a TF. And they're providing for their family with plastic food. Thank you.
That was amazing. And if you ever want to go home and make your own permanent TF deck, I highly recommend the Google search animals doing people things. It's amazing. I think there might be another slide. Let's make sure that there is. Okay, cool. There's more slides.
There's more slides.
Doing slides? More PowerPoint karaoke? Are you guys liking it so far? Is it fun? Are we having fun? Okay.
Is this the last one?
I can't tell. I don't remember the order that they're in, the contents of the slides, or when they're over.
Are you looking for me for approval?
I
didn't do my job.
I thought you were going to pick somebody.
Oh, are we picking somebody?
I thought that's what we're doing.
I was going to say, since it's the last one, if it was the last one, we could have picked 3 people to do a concurrent presentation.
Even if it's not the last one,
that sounds like fun.
Exactly like when you were doing a group project in school and one guy did all the work, but you're trying to pretend that
everyone worked on it, but it was really Joey the entire time.
Yeah.
Dude, he's the reason why I graduated. Seriously, those people are bros, and I feel like a jerk later in life, but you know what?
Mad respect.
Mad respect. Mad respect. Okay, we got 3 microphones. How about 3 people?
Yeah, we got 2 volunteers already right there.
Yeah, so we got the 2 volunteers here, and then... No, you know what? You stood up because you anticipated we'd pick you. You sit down. Sir, behind you!
With the glowing jacket!
With the glowing jacket!
Cyberpunk is hack. Come on up.
Get up here. Yeah.
And
up
you
here.
guys,
and
you're
you
not off the hook.
Yeah.
Come on.
I ain't doing it alone.
What? No. Yeah, no. No. You're not doing it together. You're doing 3 individual pitches at the same time.
We had different plans.
Did we? Oh, yeah, we had that whole group project thing that we were talking about. And then I'm like, I'm just going to throw that away.
Trade off per slide.
Much like The Last Jedi.
You got to stop bringing it back to Last Jedi. People don't want to hear about that movie.
You're right. Just like Rise of the Skywalker threw away half of The Last Jedi storylines. I liked Rose! Get up here!
Come on down!
This is called stalling to let you get up here!
We need a third. We had someone drop out.
Wait, we had someone drop out? Just like me in my engineering course in college?
That once and they walked out.
No.
I mean, 2 people is still a group project.
2 people is company, right? What?
We have one.
Yay!
Come on down, our 3rd contender.
Yeah.
Like talking over each other.
I don't think each one of you will do a slide and pass it down. So you'll go first. You know what? You guys figure out if you're working together or against each other, and we'll see who's loyal to the group. I'll start with you. Bottom button starts your slide when you're ready to see what that group project Joey did was all about, and that's the laser. That's everyone's favorite button. Okay, we can't see all the slides.
So?
How much does it cost to get the A on this project?
How much money you got?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
You sound like a perfect person to... I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, it's getting dangerous. Yeah, let's boot you off the stage. Does everyone have a microphone? No? No. Here you go. All right. Go ahead. Click when you're ready. Find out exactly what you're presenting about to this incredibly shrewd board of investors, some of whom are animals, and go.
We are going to try. Is this on?
Slide it up.
Our host broke the microphone.
We are going to attempt to sell you on the idea of Dungeons and Dragons poison to the minds of America's youth. D&D stands for dildos and
destruction.
Dildos and destruction. Never mind what you've heard on the internet. Dildos and destruction. Did this turn off again?
Really? You just want to use mine?
Project. No, talking with the gain is that really high.
Dildos and destruction is the reason why kids don't go outside these days.
This is someone who has had their ass destroyed by dildos. They need to be saved. Do you know what's happening to America's youth? They are getting destroyed every single day. At least 25% of America's youth is already destroyed, and that number rises every single second. It's already risen to 26%. Now we're at 27%. By the end of this presentation, we're going to be at 100%.
This is what a child looks like after being destroyed by a dildo. Do you want your child to look like this?
These are not dice, actually. These are things that they use to put up your child's ass. This is what shoots out of the dildo into the child's ass and just infects them dangerously. They are dangerous. Do not let your child see or touch any of these objects, or their ass will be destroyed.
How do we keep dildos and destruction out of your neighborhood?
Signs to tell if your child is talking about dildos and destruction. Oh, D&D! Oh my lord, dildos and destruction.
POTA, we can all guess what that stands for. Pain out the ass.
LMOP is very dangerous lingo. It stands for Let's Murder Our Parents.
DPR. I still can't remember the acronym of it.
DPR stands for dildos per rectum. You want that to stay at 0. That goes above 0. You're gonna look like that.
Don't let your child look like... Don't even let your child do this. Oh my god, where'd you find that picture?
Is that you?
What the hell are you doing in my house, looking through my baby pictures?
It's the dildos, man.
The worst thing to hear from your child is feeling it. Because if they are feeling it, it is already too late, and you need to abandon that child. They are broken. They are horribly broken.
I always remember the 3 Ds. Don't do dildos.
Thank you very much for coming to our presentation.
Save the children.
And an excellent presentation it was from our very first group project here at PowerPoint Karaoke. Give them another round of applause. Thank you, thank you. I now have a lovely bouquet of microphones, which I have no idea what to do with. Thank you so much. So we're at an awkward time of the evening because we are so good at presenting slides that is in fact the last slide. And we still have a little bit of time left in this room. So there's one thing I want to try. If you guys are up for it, is there anyone here that that came in late and didn't see the first deck or the first few decks that would like to give us a new spin on an old classic? Show of hands, anyone who joined a little bit later hasn't seen the earlier decks. I saw some hand motion over here. Yes? No? I'm feeling, come on down! You're gonna do great! It'll be amazing! You guys remember the first deck back when my slides were good and had jokes, right? Right?
No.
Sure, okay. Thanks for the
I don't know what you're talking about.
Thanks for the support, guys. I really appreciate it.
We love you.
Come on down. What's your name? This is Radar, your next presentator for the Board of Investors. They're not quite sure what they're giving their presentation on, and I actually have to reset the deck, so it's not as easy as just clicking the thing. So I'm going to give this to you. There you go. And I think I have a clicker. So once it's set up, this is to advance, this is to go back, and this is your laser. All right, if you want it. Okay, time to do some PowerPoint magic, known as a rewind. Oh wow, there's a lot of slides in this deck. Okay, it doesn't look like much has changed, but we're actually back at the beginning. So now, for the second time possibly, enjoy this presentation.
Hello, I want to thank you all for coming down tonight. I have an excellent presentation for you tonight about hacking. Now, hacking is not what you might have seen in the movies. It is not what you might have seen on TV. It does not involve ones, zeros, goggles, none of those things. In fact, hacking can only be done if you are wearing a hoodie. Right there, get yourself some hoodies, especially this kind. That is what is especially in vogue. It's what is known as a B00. Okay, so there are some zeros. B00B hoodie. Yeah. Now, this is what a hacker should look like. You know, if you see someone like this, you know that they are truly elite, as they say, they being hackers. Now, if you're going to start hacking, you will need to know how to use what is known as a terminal. A terminal is a piece of equipment used by hackers. That is all we know about it. This piece of code right here, very important to being a hacker. RMRF, that stands for Read Me Red Files. Only red files. If you're going to be a hacker, no other colors are allowed. No preserved root. Hackers are not allowed to eat potatoes. It's actually part of the hacking religion. This is a religious experience, by the way, if you weren't aware of that. Cat. Obviously, you can see my cat ears. That's part of the hacker lifestyle as well. Dev/0. Now, again, no zeros except for if you're wearing that B00B hoodie, or right here, there is also a 0. This is all connected, I promise. MV, that stands for more vagina, because if you're a hacker, you're going to get more pussy. Again, see, cat, vagina, that's that connection, very important. Dev/no. You will nullify all the competition when it comes to getting pussy. And these were a mistake. I believe that my colleague who couldn't make it, he has a little bit of a case of the Kung flu, you know what I mean? Coronavirus. Yeah. So he
was not able to make it, regrettably, to make the presentation, which is why I'm here, telling you everything that I obviously know about hackers. All very relevant and true information. If you are a hacker, you will make thousands and thousands of Bitcoin. It will not explode. This may be misleading because it looks like it's about to. Your Bitcoin investment looks like it's going to go down the tubes, going to blow, but it's not. In fact, it will be, I don't know how to make a graph on PowerPoint, but it will be up. As you can see, this is actually a historic hacking image right here. This is Cary Elwes, also known as the Man in Black in The Princess Bride. Yes, he actually was a hacker, and that movie was made entirely by him through hacking. Everyone you see in the movie is computer generated. That is a fact. And as you know, he got all the babes. So again, that cat thing, you know, MV, right? Cary Elwes, great hackers of history. If you're a hacker, you will need to know about the dark web. Now, the dark web is, again, hackers, the movie community, a lot of overlap. The dark web is actually an unreleased sequel to The Dark Knight. As you can see, they did not have as good of a budget for the Batman costume, but it is actually the better sequel. Hackers know this, and if you are a hacker, you will too. Once you've gotten experienced at hacking, you can try branching into life hacks. Now, as you can see, once you put this Colgate on the lock, you might be thinking that it's a way to get through a lock that's already locked, but no, this is actually a way to keep a lock permanently closed. So if there's something you want to never, ever, 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 ever get out, toothpaste in the lock it will be stuck forever. Don't ask me why I never seem to go to the bathroom. And now we are getting into the real meat and potatoes of the presentation, ladies, gentlemen, animals of all kinds. Valuable hacking targets. Once you've joined the hacking religion, you will be able to go after such valuable targets as the NSA, also known as the National Sexual Deviance Association. They did not have room for another D. Your local Gibson. You know him, Gibson, that guy from high school. Hated him. Fell into the punch bowl at prom. Yeah. You can hack him. Ruin his life. Do it. The power is in your hands. Or pause, as the case may be. Student loans. This is actually not a joke. That guy, he must have already been having his coronavirus fever when he wrote this, because if you want to go ahead and hack into the federal student loan, I'm not going to read all that. It's clearly nonsense. Student loans. What, you don't have 1 billion Bitcoin to pay your student loans? Be a hacker. Thank you very much.
That was amazing.
Give it up for Radar, everyone! Woo!
I am also here.
Thank you so much. Hello again.
Hello.
How's it going?
I am sleepy.
You may have noticed while you were out, I started recycling materials.
Ha! Just like
every panel we've ever done together.
Yeah, exactly.
How about I've definitely given reference a few times to the animals in the audience. Do you think we could get a fursuiter to do PowerPoint?
Yeah, get a fursuiter up here.
Yeah,
a cute one though.
Yeah, has to be a cute one.
Yeah. Oh, where can we get one of those?
I don't know. Who could it be?
Who could it be? Eeny, meeny, miny. Hey, everyone, give it up for the reason why I was late to this panel. Jaru, get up here. Woo! Oh, and you don't even need a microphone because you're an animal.
You can have one microphone as a treat. Oh, it's on. Okay. Do you want a clicker?
Clicker.
Yeah.
You have opposable thumbs to operate a clicker?
Can you operate a clicker? Because we can do the slides for you. It'll be pretty funny.
How to be a DJ. You don't need to be a blue jay to be a DJ. You can be any kind of animal, but only animals. So all you humans, you might as well go home. And all you furries, you get to stick around. See? Only furries can be good DJs. And you always need 2 turntables and a microphone. So these are the colors of the music when you're high on speed and you're getting into the groove. And when you hear the wubs, you see that kind of teal blue type kind of greenish color. And the snares seem kind of orangish. When you hear the kick drums, you get this throbbing red in your head. That's not so fun. When they all overlap, you go insane and we're not quite sure what color that forms. So when you're in the groove, you do the little happy pause in the middle. So that's when you're really getting going, is your hands get kind of stuck together. Because all the pain inside your head, and you kind of just get stuck. Sometimes, this is what happens if you try to DJ and you're not a furry. That's bad. So the bee's trying to help her, but she's trying to avoid it. So, I don't want to be a furry. I don't like furries. Get away, get away. And her music just sucks. So this is the equalizer, and this is the perfect setting. So remember, with each of these, with the different frequencies, what level you need to be at, because that's the perfect setting. Preamps, we don't care. That's just in the middle. That's a simple setting. But the professionals, that's what you try to strive for. And always be cranking it. So you always want to make sure that this actually goes to 11, because 11 is one better, and that's the bestest. And you got your semitones, your detunes, because if your tunes are bad, you want to detune them and get rid of them. And the semitones, they're just kind of semi-okay, but we deal with them, and that's why it's in the middle. It's like, we don't really care about the semitones. Then you can select 3 different things. You get blinky lights, and we like blinky lights, especially the feline furs. So always remember, crew, the chorus. So you want to have all the different animals sing together with their barks and their yows and their meows and their cheeps and their chirps all together in a beautiful chorus. And then the reverb will echo across the walls, and you can share the highness in your head with everyone who's listening to you. And then the echo goes all the way out in the hallway and down to the front desk, and the hotel hears it, and they get very upset and say, please don't come back again next year. And then the wahoos. So, actually, are we having, it's not on the schedule this year. Normally we have a Saturday night howl at the moon. And we go out these doors, and we go, woo! I'll do that at the moon, because that's a good rave when you do that. So this is what happens. You get to select the best woohooer of the night and give them a pizza to the face. And then you know that you are the number 1 woohooer in the entire audience. And everyone comes and they eat it off of you. So you're the center of the party. So, live demo freestyle rapping. I don't see any presents here to wrap up in gift paper. But you want to use the clear tape, and if you really wrap well, you get the double-sided so it doesn't even show. And you fold the paper so it's got nice crisp edges, and make the little triangles in the ends, and do the extra part on the bottom so the seam's only on the bottom and it's all smooth on the top, and that's how you do your freestyle rapping.
Maybe lights I can step on.
There are stairs. Hold on. Hold on, doggy! I'll save you! Timmy's stuck in the well!
You're gonna demonstrate how to do the crowd surfing at the end of your set.
It's okay, we got insurance. Here, can you get up that way or do you need stairs?
That was terrifying. So I want to do one a little bit differently. I need a volunteer who trusts me. Does anyone want to come up that can trust me? Oh, I hate. All right, come up here, please. Awkward peer pressure is the best. Okay, so I need you to be on the honor system. I need you to stand here where you can't see the PowerPoint.
Oh no, I don't remember this PowerPoint.
So this one. So this one's a little bit different. I'm going to control your clicker. What you're going to do is you're going to start your presentation. You're going to present a slide, and they're going to ask you questions about the slide. You're going to try to answer to the best of your ability, and when you get confused, we go to the next slide. If anyone's seen the Who's Line Game news reporter, this is very similar. If you can guess what your PowerPoint is about, you win. What do you win? Hell if I know, but you win.
I thought the points don't matter.
What?
I thought the points don't matter.
Yeah, the prizes don't matter.
I'll give you a really big hug.
All right, so you trust me, right?
No.
Good!
Yes, I will be taking questions from the audience. Any questions?
What is that?
As you can see, as you can very clearly see, what you are seeing here is an instance of a hacker as described in the first PowerPoint. Are there any more questions about the slide? Yes.
Do hackers' noses always have to be black, or can they be other colors?
So hackers come in many varieties, and this is actually an extremely insensitive question to ask a hacker. So, I mean, I am not a hacker, so I'm happy explaining this, and I will not take this personally. But just please do not ask a hacker about their nose color. It's an extremely sensitive subject. Yes. Any more questions? Yes.
Why are hackers working during the day?
See, hackers are what are called diurnal animals. They are the opposite of nocturnal animals. They work during the day, and then they party in the night. Any more questions? Yes.
Oh no, I'm going to your next slide.
All right, cool. Next slide. So as you can see, this slide here is the hacker's natural habitat. Yes.
Are hackers endangered by wildfires?
Hackers are, in fact, very flammable. So if you've ever seen a computer catch fire, it sounds a lot more fun than it really is. I would not recommend it because most people tend to also be flammable. Yes.
I heard they evade their taxes. Is that true?
That is, in fact, something that hackers do use their hacking abilities to do. This is, as you can imagine, extremely illegal, and I would not recommend doing so should you spontaneously one day wake up a hacker. Yes?
Is a lot of hacking done outdoors?
See, hacking is done mostly... See, that's kind of a are you a hacker? That's kind of a strange question to ask.
I'm trying to comment.
See, that is kind of a strange question because it does in fact depend on a lot of factors. Some hackers do prefer to be indoors. Some like to slowly lower themselves so that they are behind a person in the audience. Any more questions? Yes.
Are all hackers vegetarian?
A lot of hackers do tend to be socially conscious, yes. As there are many animals in the audience, I do not wish to elaborate further on what this would mean. Next slide. So over here, you see what a hacker likes to do in its spare time. See, a hacker does not constantly hack in the same way that a human doesn't always hume. Yes.
Are you trying to imply that all hackers are fursuiters?
I decline to comment.
All fursuiters are hackers?
See, there is a difference. Not all squares are rectangles. All squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares. It's been a very long time since I've done geometry. Yes.
Does that mean hackers are rectangles, or does it mean they're squares?
I mean, hackers are kind of cool, so they cannot be squares. Yes.
Does hacking cause the severe underbite?
So, hacking does take up a lot of time, and oftentimes it's not feasible for a hacker to be able to maintain themselves. That can result in physical deformities. Yes. Actually.
Does that include 4 fingers?
No. So over here, you can see a close relative of the hacker, the script kiddie. Script kiddies can be identified from hackers from the fact that they have much higher pitched voices and also do not know what they are talking about. Yes, any questions on this slide? Yes.
Are script kitties cruel to pedestrians as well, or do they ride their bike in the freaking street?
See, the problem with script kiddies is that sometimes they're what I refer to as Schrodinger's pedestrian. They are the sorts of people who are pedestrians until it's extremely, extremely annoying for them to not be pedestrians. In which case, they are no longer pedestrians. Any more questions? Yes.
Yes, your script kitty looks almost identical to the hacker you showed earlier. Could you elaborate on that, perhaps?
Yes. So script kiddies and hackers are physically extremely similar. The hacker can be identified from the script kiddie usually by the addition of those aforementioned physical deformities, and also from the fact that script kiddies are extremely irritating to talk to.
I can see that, yes.
Yes.
Are script kitties a bigger fan of cameras?
Not necessarily, although some script kiddies do take up camera stealing as a hobby. I believe the reindeer? I'm sorry.
Reindeer?
Can't tell. Oh, is that a jackalope?
Mate with a hacker, does that create a super hacker with the offspring?
Unfortunately, that dilutes the hacker gene. So you just end up with a subpar hacker. Yes.
What level of Neanderthal DNA have they identified in the hacker gene?
115.37%. So over here, you can see some side effects of non-hackers dabbling in hacking. This is an extremely dangerous activity, and I would not recommend doing so at the risk of your own health. Any questions on this slide? Yes.
Yes, I see that it causes some substantial ear growth. What causes that with the non-hackers trying to break into it?
So, as I mentioned, hacking does come with several risks, one of them being the physical deformities. So a lot of hackers will grow very large ears in order to cope with the in order to hear the extremely high frequencies of sound required for proper hacking. Any more questions? Yes.
I've noticed that all the hackers depicted are very short in stature. Is that a requirement of being a hacker, or is that something that naturally happens after acquiring the hack?
Unfortunately, the hacker gene also stunts your growth. So if you are extremely tall, I am actually very happy to inform you that you are not at risk of becoming a hacker. Next slide, please. So over here, there is, you can see yet another variant of the hacker. In fact, while the script kiddie can often be considered a subspecies of hacker, a Linux user is not necessarily a part of the hacking community. A Linux user may be a hacker. A Linux user may be a hacker. They may not be a hacker. Also, some hackers may be Windows users or, heaven forbid, Mac users. Yes.
So I see that the Linux user is even smaller than the hacker. You said that the hacker gene makes you smaller. So does that mean that the Linux users are just better hackers?
You see, Linux users are abnormally aggressive, and research, there has been a correlation, and more research needs to be done, but I believe, and this is strictly off the record, that they may be angry because they are compensating for something. Their height may be that. Yes?
Is the cameraman okay?
Joe was a friend of mine. I'm sorry. Please refrain from asking more questions about Joe. Yes.
Is it true that Linux users turn into penguins?
It is extremely likely that a Linux user will in fact be a penguin. Whether or not they start as penguins or if they turn into penguins, because penguins are extremely adaptable. So there might be penguins among us as we speak. So we do not know if they turn into penguins or if they're simply revealing their true form. Yes?
Hi, Click and Clank. Long-time listener, first-time caller. So I've got a 1997 Cutlass Classic, and so what happens is whenever I turn the wheel to the right and I hit the accelerator, my engine starts to cut out and make a really wheezy noise. And it's kind of weird. I took it into the shop, but they can't tell me what's going wrong, so I thought I'd call into Car Talk and see what the answer is.
So here we have a perfect example of a script kiddie. I'm sorry, but we are unable to help you with your car. You are looking for 887-8877.
Oh, Baba Booey.
In the back. Or, I guess, in the back over there.
I'd just like to follow up on that penguin question.
Yes.
Given the continent that a lot of your hackers seem to be living on, what would you say is the rate of survival of those penguins once they, in fact, become penguins?
See, this is why a lot of penguins, this is why the research is very muddled and why we believe that penguins may possibly masquerade as humans, for they have a large number of natural predators, including polar bears, seals, and hipsters. We believe that hipsters encroaching upon Linux user space really destroys a lot of their natural habitat and makes it really difficult for them to live. And as a lot of Linux users are, in fact, penguins, this does affect the penguin community as well. Next slide. So, over here, you can see the biggest danger of becoming a hacker. This is unequivocally the most dangerous part of being a hacker. This is something that you absolutely want to avoid. Yes?
Are you saying that the worst thing about being a hacker is that your best time was like 15 years ago.
I deny being a hacker, but I peaked in high school. Okay, just that's when I became friends with Joe. Yes.
So what was it like working on set with Ian McKellen on the set of The Hobbit?
It was, he was, in fact, a wonderful person, but I'm not sure how this is relevant to the discussion at hand, the talk.
What talk?
Next question. Yes.
Why do hackers hate bugs?
That is actually a common misconception. Hackers, in fact, love bugs. They, in fact, eat lots of bugs. Bugs are their main diet. Sometimes, though, the bug is in fact a segfault masquerading as a bug. Those are, in fact, very, very, very bitter and not very... I'm not a hacker, okay? Next question? Yes?
Can you elaborate on what a scripts is?
A scripts. So, a script is just script kiddie lingo for script. So script kiddies are, in fact, extremely tired of being discriminated against for being script kiddies and also for being identifiable as script kiddies. So among themselves, they simply use the term script as to not use the term script and, identify themselves. It's kind of a no word around them. Yes.
Oh, me.
Yes.
Hi, so I'm learning C++ development, and I'm trying to figure out what's the difference between an environmental variable and a global variable. Thank you.
So, a global variable is in fact made up of several different environmental variables. There are lots of environmental variables that within a global variable. Some global variables do not contain all environmental variables, and in fact may contain several different instances of the same type of environmental variable. Yes?
Does this slide indicate that if a hacker injects himself with more venom, they're able to code longer scripts?
Venom is an extremely illicit substance, sometimes used by hackers as a performance-enhancing drug. I recommend not looking into this further. The images are quite gruesome. Next slide. Oh, is there one more?
Sure, there, stop! No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, stop. There we go.
So, as one final slide to this presentation about hackers and script kiddies, I present to you a family of hackers. And some of the script kiddies that they may have sired. Are there any questions about this slide? Yes.
What's the relation between the illicit substance and bears?
Do you want me to send him out back?
Bears are in fact suspected as distributors of venom. So it is one of the reasons why we advise that you lock your garbage cans if you are in bear territory. They use garbage cans as a means of smuggling and distributing venom, and you do not want to be a part of this. Yes?
Do you have any suggestions for where to look if I'm worried that hackers have infiltrated my home? Perhaps down under something? Perhaps in a plant or a bush?
So,
like great barriers.
Right. So, common places that hackers may hide in your home are in your computer. They can, do weird, hacky, magic-y stuff. That is one of the powers of the hacker. Other common places are in crawl spaces, and yes, in the bushes around your home. You want to make sure those are constantly trimmed so that the hacker has fewer places to hide. You will also want to keep track of any suspicious holes you find in the ground.
Just a follow-up, would it be advisable if the infestation gets out of control to, burn the house down?
This is working.
That is extremely inadvisable, for you may damage the homes around you. If you suspect there may be a hacker infestation in your house, I suggest that you find that's a good question now that I think about it, because a very good defense against hackers is in fact a firewall, but I would recommend leaving that to the professionals. All right, it's also the dangerous animals down under one.
Yeah. Well done.
That was beautiful. Blind PowerPoint karaoke. Woo! Hey, guess what time it is?
Is it tool time?
It's time for you all to leave because this panel's over.
Yeah!
Thank you for coming out. We enjoyed having it just as much as you enjoyed being here. And you have a wonderful convention. Kadase, do you have any more panels this con?
No, I'm not very interesting.
Go home, survive.
But you should go to all of Fur's panels, including his solder a badge workshop. They're shiny.
Yeah. If you want to have more badges like the official con badge that half of you have, I do a charity panel making badges. Also, we have some wonderful events this weekend, like the roast of Xander, everything that Boozy Badger does. We've got all of we have all the panels that are just a variation of Alkali, Boozy Badger, and Uncle Kage on stage, just in different configurations. We've got all of them. We've got the Uncle Kage Science one, we have the Boozy Badger Law one, we have the Alkali Drinking one, we have the other Alkali Drinking one, we have the one where Alkali drinks, and then the one where Alkali drinks.
All fine panels here at FurSquared.
Yep. Go home. Leave.
We love you. Go home.
That means get out of your seat. Go.
We're not joking.
Go.
It's over.
Get out.
We're done.
We're gonna do real karaoke if you don't leave. I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend. You could cut ties with all the lies that you've been living in. And if you do not want to see me again,
I will want your
Okay, bye.
The Angry Boys video.
Silver Gatoman, he bought me a coffee. Silver Gatoman, here is the song for thee. He likes to video all the panels at the cons. You should go and watch them whether they are short or long. Silver Gatoman, you video that's not a jibe. All of you go to his YouTube channel and like and subscribe.